Alliance. I'm Megan.
I'm Wendy.
And Big Brother starts on Wednesday. We are so excited.
We are like original. You watched since the beginning,
I have not watched since the beginning. I've probably watched for the past 11 or 12 seasons, so close to the beginning. But no, not the very beginning. But I am an actual Big Brother fan.
Me too.
So we have made some early picks.
We have.
Yes.
We went to the CBS.com website and watched everybody's videos, which I've never done that before. Have you?
No, neither have I. I didn't even know they would have them there. I saw their bios and they had videos linked, and that's really interesting. It was Jeff. What's Jeff's last name?
Jeff. I don't know.
What's his Jeff and Jordan.
Jordan, that's right.
I love Jordan and Jeff together.
I did notice he was not wearing a wedding ring yet, and I know he proposed, right?
He did propose, and did you see someone was like, "Where's Jordan?" He's like, "Oh, she's somewhere."
Yes, I saw that.
And I was like, maybe he was thrown by the question, or I don't know.
I think they're still together.
They were adorable. Most likely to have a showmance.
Yes. Let's see. Who are your picks?
My most likely to have a showmance was Clay and Becky.
I have Becky. Jace and Becky. Jace was the long hair.
I have Jace for something else. Ooh, I have Jace for something else.
Okay, I did have Clay down originally too for Clay and Becky, but for some reason I don't know.
So Clay is the pretty boy cowboy, and he is a grad student at Texas A&M. And I think the girls are gonna go crazy for him because he's just very pretty.
I went crazy for him.
He calls himself a mama's boy.
He's all, hey y'all. I was like, huh. No.
All right, we next most likely to go home on the first night. James.
Okay, why?
I just think he doesn't fit. Like, I could kind of see pairings for everybody else there, and I couldn't find a partner for him. I couldn't find an ally for him.
He's odd man out.
First to cry, you go.
Shelly.
Shelly! Oh my God!
Okay, so my notes on Shelly were boring but pretty, and then she just seems like someone who's gonna miss home really bad, and I don't know, she's first to cry.
I wrote most likely to flip-flop for her, and she's an interior designer and an Etsy jewelry seller. Was she the one who said like she wants to be loved rather than win?
Oh, I don't know. If that's the case,
I think that was the one. I think she was the one who, when Jeff asked the question, would you rather be hated and win the money or loved by America and go home empty-handed? I think she said, I want people to like me, which, you're out.
Yeah.
Okay, most likely to become BFFs.
Jason and Meg.
Jason.
Jason was the grocery store clerk that you didn't really like. I think he's this year's Frankie.
Yeah, he even described himself when Jeff asked what's going to be your biggest disadvantage in the game. He said, I'm pretty annoying. Oh. So if you know that about yourself, the fact that I found him kind of grating in his interview.
We'll talk about grading in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, Jason and who else?
And, what's her name? Meg. Meg was like the cute, in the short shorts.
I can kind of see that. I picked Meg and Becky for most likely to be BFFs.
Meg and Becky.
Becky.
Yes. The like all-American, long hair.
She's the retail manager.
Yes.
Some clothing store.
I'm thinking, okay, because Jason said at the very end of his interview, if he made it all the way through, the thing he was going to miss most about home was his girls. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to pair him up with a girl. And when I saw Meg is very like cute and sassy and that, and I was like, okay, those two.
I think that's a good call right there. Most likely to be antagonistic. I picked Jace.
Did you?
I did. I
think so.
I do.
I picked Mr. Johnny Mac.
Now, Johnny Mac is a dentist, and Johnny Mac talks like this in his interview. He's shouting like this at Jeff the entire time, and even Jeff says, dude, what's up? Why are you shouting? He's like, well, I don't know. This is how I talk. I'm Johnny Mac. I'm a dentist.
So annoying.
And he calls himself Johnny Mac, and he talks like this, and you gotta go. I think he might be disliked. I don't know that he's going to be antagonistic. I think there's a big difference. I see Jace starting fights.
Really?
Like arguments. Oh, no. Yeah, because he seemed like he knew it all.
I think he is this year's, and I think the guy's last year, Hayden, was that him? Was like the long hair.
But Hayden was just like really calm and cool, and whatever happens, happens, y'all. And Jace, I felt he was like, I'm here to play, I'm not here for the money, I'm here for the game, and I just felt like he would do whatever it took.
Did he call himself a super fan too?
They all call themselves super fans. And by the way, Mr. Pretty Boy Clay called himself a super fan and then said he started watching the show 4 months ago, you guys.
Not a super fan.
Binge watching a show does not make you a super fan. Watching from the beginning, like our boy Steve.
Steve is a super fan.
He's a super fan. Okay? And I also put like an honorable mention for Vanessa on most likely to be a floater. No, Antagonistic. She's the poker player.
Oh, yes.
I really liked her though.
So did I. She's my early fave, I think.
Me too. Okay. Likely to be a floater.
I picked Jace.
That's so funny. I see him getting right in there making alliances. I picked Liz.
See, I don't even know who Liz is. I have to go back.
Liz is the one whose boobs were defying gravity in the interview. Guys, she's obviously not had children because her shirt, I could not understand it. Like you could see through the side of her shirt and I was like, what is holding everything up in there? It is like magic. So
she was the blonde from Miami, right?
Yeah, she works for a marketing startup. She wants a flirtmance. Now, can I just tell you?
Oh, I think I skipped right over that.
Showmance is a play on romance, people.
Right.
Flirtmance is not even a thing. Like, we need a new word. A flirt? No. So I wrote it down. I wrote, under next to flirtmance.
Okay, I did have another pick for floater.
Okay.
Before I picked Jace. And it was Austin, the guy with the long, crazy, dark hair.
Interesting.
Who wore the weird hat and had the two, like,
so he has 2 personalities. His alter personality is Judas, and when the hat goes on, I think that's like a ploy to get camera time.
I think so too. I thought it was dumb. But
yeah, he's a professional wrestler, and maybe we'll see about him. I don't know. Unsuspecting Alliance.
Unsuspecting Alliance.
Who do you have?
I don't know if it's unsuspecting, but this is what I really want to see, and if they keep their mouth shut and figure it out, is Vanessa, the poker player, and Devon, who is the poker dealer.
Oh, that's really smart.
You know, if those two, I don't know, I think it could be really interesting.
So I have Vanessa.
Oh, but did you get Vanessa's a DJ too?
Yes, so Vanessa's a DJ too.
She said it a million times in her interview.
Yeah, she's like a big deal. But she has played apparently in the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, so she's worried that like she's gonna be recognized. Okay.
I picked Vanessa and Steve. Now Steve is the legitimate super fan. He describes himself as like Sheldon, like he's kind of like Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory, like very analytical. The reason I think Vanessa is very smart. And I think Steve is very smart, and neither of them seem like they're there for the drama.
Right.
And she's in a relationship, so she's not there for the showmance. And I think the two of them could work really well together, and nobody would suspect it.
I like that. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of the other things, or the people who we didn't get into our categories. Yeah. So first impressions on Audrey.
So Audrey is a social media manager. She called herself a digital marketing manager, and she was like, Jeff was like, what the heck is that? And she said, basically I manage Facebook pages. I'm like, okay, she's a social media manager. She says she stays home all day and takes selfies. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
I was like, so, you know,
I'm a digital.
All the totally. Me too. I wrote she has great hair. She thinks she's going to be a power player. She's tall. Her legs are 1,000,000 years long. She calls herself a super fan. She was really bouncy like this in her interview, but I hope it was just like the nerves with Jeff.
I wrote off-putting, chip on her shoulder, and she had no emotion, which I think like that's what her plan is, because she wanted to play it like Dexter Morgan, who Dexter Morgan is that character in that show Dexter where he kills people. So
I want to go to a taping.
Me too.
We put our names in. Cross your fingers for us. Okay, you guys, if you're not watching Big Brother, watch along with us. There's nothing else on this summer.
Yeah.
Who are your early picks? Who are you excited to see? And who do you think is going home the first night?
Leave us
all your comments down below.
For sure.
Okay, we'll be watching on Wednesday.
Watching Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.